everyone, my name is Lulu and welcome back to my channel. So on this video I'm going to show you guys how I transformed one of my old dresses. The fit was completely off, too big, about 3 sizes too big. So what I did was to insert pockets and to actually shorten the length of the dress. I fell in love with the print and I just couldn't let it go. So I'm going to show you guys what I did to the dress, how I did it, and I'm going to show you the final look. Don't forget to subscribe, like, share, and leave a comment below. I look forward to your feedback at the end of the video. So the dress is pretty simple, pretty plain, except for the print. Just a straight dress with gather detail at the bottom and a belt around the waist. It had a gather sleeve as well, but with elastic around the wrist. Now I'm going to show you what I did to the dress and you'll see the outcome at the end of the video. So to start this project, you're going to need some paper, a marker, and your palm. So I placed my palm like this on the paper and I traced out the exact size of the pocket that I wanted, including my hemming allowance. And then I went out to cut my pattern. You can alter the size depending on what you want. This size worked perfectly for me, so yeah, that's why I'm using it. You can make it wider or you can make it longer along the sides of your dress. Now I went on to measure the straight edge of the pattern. That is going to be the measurement of the pocket along the sides of my dress. Marking out the center back, I folded the dress into 2 equal halves and I made sure that all the edges were marked and joined evenly at the shoulders, under the arms, the waist, and the hip. And then I went in to pin these areas to ensure that the fabric doesn't move. After doing that, I went in to mark some measurements. Starting from under the arm, I measured down to the point where I wanted my pocket to start, like this, and marked that area with a pin. Then I went in to measure from my shoulder to where I wanted the dress to end, just right there, and I also marked it with a pin. Now I also wanted to check to be sure that the position of the pocket would not be affected by my hemline for the end of the dress. So I went and I checked my measurement to ensure that I could fit in a pocket just how I wanted it. So I adjusted the measurement so the pocket could fit in and not be affected. After that, I went on to cut the dress to the length. This was just around my upper thigh. Now I'm going to take a seam ripper and I'm going to rip the seams at the edge of the dress from where the pin is down to the bottom, and that is where my pocket is going to fit in. Now I took my pattern and placed it on this fabric. This is the fabric I chose to do my pockets. They're pretty plain, pretty simple. I chose them because I just wanted something simple. So I pinned the pattern to the fabric and then I'm going to cut the fabric out using the pattern. Now, the pattern is actually made of 2 pieces of fabric on fold, making it 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. I'm going to cut that out. It's going to serve as 2 sides of the pocket on both sides, which is why we need 4 pieces. After doing that, I'm going to pin these pieces to the sides of the dress. Now taking the pattern to the dress, I'm going to join right sides together. This is right side of the dress to the right side of the pocket pattern, and I am going to pin them together. Please ensure that the curve of your pocket pattern is facing downwards and that the right side is facing the right side of the fabric. Now, as you see how I joined it, it's easier that way, and I'm going to show you why. Now, when you repeat that on the other side, the right sides of the pockets will be facing each other. So when you turn the dress inside out, you're going to have right sides of the pocket pattern facing each other like that. So I do exactly the same to the other side and pin the right sides of the dress and the pocket pattern together. This is what it looks like when it's done. You're going to sew down the edges that you have pinned together, and then from the side of the dress, you're going to sew downwards as well. From that point right there, down the U shape of the pocket to the end of the dress. You're going to repeat this exact same thing on the other side of the dress for the second pocket. Now I'm going to take it to sew together. Now for the base of the dress, I went in to cut out 1 inch from the seam line because I wanted to use the gather design below. So I just cut 1 inch away from that gather seam line, and I'm going to be joining the base of the dress to the other piece that I have worked on with the pocket. This is going to add more length, and it's going to bring more shape to the dress. Now, although the back of this base is lower than the front, as you can see, I still just managed to cut out exactly 1 inch from the seam line, and I'm going to work with it like that because it's going to be straightened out at the end of the day. So I'm going to join this piece to the top piece of the dress. I'm going to go into my sewing machine now, and I'm going to join both pieces together, and you will see the finished look. So this is what the final piece looks like. I was so excited taking these pictures because I absolutely loved the outcome. If you liked this video, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you in my next video.